All right, so Mark Zuckerberg, like we just said, Bernie had the largest fundraising quarter out of any 2020 candidate. A lot of his donations came from teachers, and then the other largest employers, Amazon, Starbucks, and Walmart, because those are the people who need living wages. And there's nothing stopping CEOs from persuading their employees how to vote. Like, there's really nothing stopping employers from doing that, and employers do it. We know this happens. We've heard of it before. So Mark Zuckerberg's getting in on this over on Facebook, and apparently Mark Zuckerberg has some fear from Liz Warren. Liz Warren has spoken about breaking up Facebook. Bernie Sanders also has some policy out there that he's talking about. I believe Tulsi Gabbard does as well. But yeah, Mark Zuckerberg, apparently Liz Warren is the one he fears most, probably because he knows she's the one who the establishment will get behind. But anyway, let's take a look at this. Mark Zuckerberg says a Warren presidency would be an existential threat to Facebook in leaked audio. So this is leaked audio posted from The Verge. We'll read through this. Here's Zuckerberg's quote here. If she gets elected president, then I would bet that we will have a legal challenge, and I would bet that we will win the legal challenge, Zuckerberg said. And does that still suck for us? Yeah. See, he talks all cool because he's a tech bro. I mean, guys, would that still suck for us? Yeah, that would suck. I mean, I don't want to have a major lawsuit against our own government. I mean, that's not a position that you want to be in when you're, I mean, come on, bro. And then he spun his fidget spinner like, yeah, come on, man bun. It's like we care about our country and we want to work with our government to do good things, right? Zuckerberg went on to deem the threat posed by Warren as existential and vowed not to let it go unchallenged. Look, at the end of the day, if someone's going to try to threaten something that's existential, you go to the mat and you fight. Like, yeah. You go and you fight, UFC style. So here's some tweets by Elizabeth Warren that she tweeted today. It looks like the recording of this today, October 1st. Happy 1st of the month, everybody. I hope the paying rent didn't suck too much. I hope that all your bills are in order. I hope that, and dude, we will be talking a lot about horror because it's October and I need to figure out my Halloween costume. Me and my fiance my fiance and I, every October we go to Netflix and we try to watch as many horror movies as we can. And we started last night. We watched a movie called Green Room. It was designated horror. It wasn't really horror, but it was about this punk band. It was a cool movie. I recommend it, actually. It was this punk band. They go on tour, and they end up playing this neo-Nazi venue, and they don't know it's a neo-Nazi venue. The person who books the show for them says that, it's kind of right-leaning. But it turns out it's a neo-Nazi venue. And anyway, I'll let you see the rest. And it was a good movie. It wasn't really horror. It was more like kind of thriller, suspense. But anyway, all right. So here's some tweets that Liz Warren tweeted that I guess Mark Zuckerberg is alarmed by. What would really suck, she's speaking the cool lingo too, with the fidget spinner. She's probably responding to him. Is if we don't fix a corrupt system that let giant companies like Facebook engage in illegal anti-competitive practices, stomp on consumer privacy rights, and repeatedly fumble their responsibility to protect our democracy. I agree with that. I'm not afraid to hold big tech companies like Facebook, Google, and Amazon accountable. It's time to break up big tech. I agree with that as well. I full-heartedly agree with that. It's Liz Warren, so I question her sincerity, but I do agree with those sentiments that she uttered. And if Mark Zuckerberg really wanted to work with the government to do good things, you should make your company a public utility. Make your company a public utility. So that would include lawyers who are specialized in free speech issues to apply the laws of free speech to utilities like Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and Google. If you really wanted to do good, Mark Zuckerberg, you have enough money. You don't need any more. Your employees would still have their jobs. Nobody would lose here. You would still be rich beyond comprehension, and you wouldn't have to lift a finger for the rest of your freaking life. And you could still have some involvement if you wanted to. You would make your company a public utility if you really wanted to. And I know it sounds like I'm being an idealist right now, and maybe in some ways I am, but like, why? Put yourself in Mark Zuckerberg's shoes. Why not? Why wouldn't you just be like, yeah, this is for the public good. I've made more money than I could ever need in multiple lifetimes. I will never want. My family will never want. Their family's family will never want. We'll never need. We'll be fine. We're set. I have so much money. I can just kind of coast and chill for the rest of my life. Yeah, let's make this a public utility. That's what Tom from MySpace did, except he didn't make it a public utility. He sold it to a private entity, so it ruined MySpace. But that's what Tom did. Tom was like, yeah, here you go. I'm good. Tom just travels the world now. MySpace was the best, by the way. MySpace, it was so funny. I was at my Jack and Jill wedding shower. And that was out in Massachusetts, and I was with my fiance and her sisters, and I was talking about how I'm not a big fan of Instagram because I just don't enjoy Instagram that much. I'm not all that photogenic. I'm not great at taking pictures. Instagram's just not my cup of tea. And my fiance's sister, my future sister-in-law, said, "What, do you miss MySpace?" And it was intended as a burn, and it was funny. I laughed, but I also was like, yeah, I do miss MySpace. I miss MySpace a ton. MySpace, if you were an artist, MySpace was perfect. You had a blog. You had an ability to list your tour dates. You had a space for audio clips and video clips. You had everything you needed. MySpace, it sucks that MySpace went away. Well, it's actually still there. I don't know what it looks like. Go to your MySpace today and get freaked out. Hey, it's October. Time to do scary shit. Go visit MySpace. It's the abandoned ghost town of the internet. Check it out. But as somebody, My Two Meows, points this out on the chat on Periscope, it's called greed. Why doesn't Mark Zuckerberg do something like this? Because of greed. Tom from MySpace did it. I wish Mark Zuckerberg would do it. But Mark Zuckerberg, apparently, Liz Warren is what he's afraid of. And that's kind of interesting. I don't know why he singled out Liz Warren. Why Liz Warren? I mean, Bernie Sanders has talked about antitrust. Bernie Sanders has talked about breaking up big tech. Tulsi Gabbard working on suing Google. So why just Liz Warren? I think it's because he knows she has the blessing of the establishment. Those other candidates don't. So she is who he's worried about the most, because in his circle, she's going to be the nominee. That's what he thinks. Interesting.
Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and